multi-step inequalities and equations. That's what this last lesson of Unit 5 is all about. As promised in our last lesson, we got big old fat equations and inequalities to solve. So let's quit wasting time and get into it. We're going to, as is typical with this kind of lesson, we're going to jump straight in with examples. Example number 1. We're going to do 3 times d plus 2 equals 12. We're going to solve for d, right? So we've got over here a distributive property, right? We've got 3 times all this mess. So that's exactly how we're going to take care of this. Now, there's actually, on this particular problem, there's actually another way to solve it. You could also divide that 3 off since it's multiplied times everything. That would actually be another way to solve it. It's actually one less step that way, but we're going to do it this way anyway because I suspect this is the path to victory that most of you guys are going to see. So 3 times d is 3d. 3 times 2 is 6. Bring down equals 12. Now we've got a simple two-stepper, right? We're going to subtract 6 from both sides and end up with 3d equals 6. Then we're going to divide that 3 off. Those 3's cancel, leaving us with d equals 2. That's pretty straightforward, right? So if you haven't figured out already, to solve multi-step equations, you solve them the same way as 1-step or 2-step or whatever. You just do the same steps over and over again. Those same steps we've been doing. We clean up. We ask what's attached to the variable. How's it attached? And then we do the opposite to get rid of it. And we just keep on doing those steps until the variable's all by itself. It's always the same. So the more complicated they get, we don't have to worry about it because the steps aren't any different. So the next one is going to be 4 times x plus 5 equals 3 times 2x plus 4. Now, we've got 2 different distributive properties here, right? We're going to distribute this 4, and then we're also going to distribute this 3. Okay, so 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 5 is 20. Bring down our equals. 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times 4 is 12. Now, like we've got variables on both sides again, right? We want to get our variables together. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this 6 over with his friend. So since he's positive, we're going to subtract 6x from both sides. These cancel, leaving us with a negative 2x. Going to bring down plus 20. Bring down equals. Bring down the 12. Now we're down to two-step equation. Just as easy as falling off a log. We're going to subtract 20 from both sides. Bring down negative 2x. Got to watch those signs. They'll eat your lunch if you're not careful. And I know you've got some great lunch, right? Equals negative 8. Then we're going to divide off that negative 2. X equals positive. We got a negative divided by a negative. So positive 4. No big dealio. Let me turn the page. We got a couple, 3 more, and then we're going to be done. All right, let's do this guy. For this one, we're going to solve and graph. That might give you a clue of what kind of problem this is going to be. Maybe, just maybe, this one will be an Gosh, I wasn't scratchy until I started recording the video. I guess it's me talking Yeah, and whatever else. Usually my throat is causing tickles in my throat. All right. So we've got 5a minus 8 is greater than or equal to 4 times a minus 3. Okay, so let's distribute that 4, right? Now take and we're going to distribute the 4. Blip, blap. 4 times a is 4a. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Bring down greater than or equal to and all this other mess. We got to get those a's together, right? So we're going to subtract 4a from both sides to move them over. 5a minus 4a is 1a, right? Now, usually when you don't have to, it's technically not wrong, but usually when it's 1, we leave that 1 off. So 1a is like that. Then minus 8 is greater than or equal to negative 12. We're just bringing down what we haven't touched like always, right? So the last thing we're going to do before we graph it is add 8 to both sides. I know why this color scheme is clashing. I'm using the wrong color scheme. I'm using my Algebra 1 color scheme for pre-algebra. Oh, well, y'all weren't worried about it. You didn't even notice. You didn't even know there was a pre-algebra color scheme. Negative 12 plus 8 is negative 4. Now let's graph the thing. I'm going to put our 0 point on there. And we're going to go back negative 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to label it negative 4. And we're going to do a closed circle because it's greater than or equal to, right? And then we're going to shade in the greater than direction, positive direction to the right, right? All right, let's do one more to remind us of something important. You'll see what I mean in a second. Example 5, 4. Lost track. If I could turn back time. Okay, so let's do 3 times y minus 5. Plus 25 equals 3y plus 10. All right, we're going to distribute that 3. Okay, distribute the 3 on there. 3 times y is 3y. And then 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. Bring down what we haven't touched. Okay. So now let's combine like terms over here. So negative 15 plus 25 equals positive 10. Bring down what we haven't touched. I think some of you may have already figured out why we did this example and what it's doing because you're so smart. So smart. So proud. So we're going to subtract 3y from both sides and they both cancel. You saw it already, didn't you? You're brilliant. Brilliant. And if you didn't see it, that doesn't mean you're not brilliant, by the way. It just means you didn't see it. It's okay. All right, so we got 10 equals 10. So remember what we got to ask if the variable poofs is we've got to ask, is this statement true or is it false? 10 does, in fact, equal 10. And so this is a true statement. So the answer then is all real numbers. There it is, guys and gals. That is Unit 5 of Pre-Algebra. We'll see you next time for Unit 6, which we're starting to talk about, I think, ratios, proportions, and all those kind of things. It's going to be a hoot. If you're in my class, I'll see you in class. Do your homework, all the things. Stay happy and healthy. If you're not one of my students, or not one of my students yet, then thanks for joining us. You can check out emberlearninglabs.com for all of everything that we're doing. We do have all of these lectures for this pre-algebra course available for free here on YouTube. It would be really helpful with that if you would hit that subscribe button and maybe even drop a like on this video and let us know in the comments how else we can help you in your math, your science, and your general homeschooling journeys. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.